Well, I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Daliso Chaponda, a Britain's Got Talent legend, a mainstay on the comedy circuit in the UK. And yesterday, I had the privilege of seeing this man for the second time at Hutton Village Hall. It was a fantastic evening, some silly stuff, some edgy stuff, but it was about more than just mere comedy. We were raising money for friends of Mulanje Orphans. And can you tell me why it means so much to you to be involved in something like that?
Well, actually, my father's family is from Mulanje, in Malawi. And so when I was approached by the Friends of Mulanje Orphans, I do charity gigs when I can fit them in my schedule, but very much before, because it's Malawian orphans, and it's been a very tough year for them this year because there was a bunch of floods a few weeks ago. And so usually every year they send a large container of supplies and toys and clothes and so on. But this year they are trying to raise more so they can send two containers. So I was like, yes, yes, definitely, I'll do it.
I mean, it's fantastic that we have an organisation like this that's willing to go above and beyond to offer donations. And I think often we forget just how little it takes. I mean, £5 alone can sort somebody out with a mosquito net, and it's just £620 to put somebody through education. So it really is vital that people donate to causes like this.
It is very much. And also, I think people are it's very enriching when you support a small charity, because big charities, I love the work they do, but sometimes it's hard to know exactly where the money goes because it's such a gigantic charity. But with small charities, you see where every penny goes, and it's like you get that instant um, results.
Yeah. You obviously talked about being there at a certain point of your life. Would you be able to tell me about what that was like and if that influenced your comedy style in any way?
Well, when I was born, I was a refugee. Well, my parents were refugees. And so I grew up all over the place. I actually grew up in 14 different countries. So I was only actually in Malawi once I was around 11 years old for around 2 years. But it was always my home. I always had a connection to it, even though my radio show is called Citizen of Nowhere because I'm a bit of this, a bit of that. But again, Mulanje is somewhere very important to my parents. And so that's my connection to it.
And it's fantastic for you because you've got this opportunity, like many celebrities do, many people in the public eye have, and they don't always use it, but you have. You're using your public image to be able to push fantastic causes like this.
It's fantastic. I actually also think that comedy is very good for fundraising because you don't need to drag people to come to a comedy show. So often every year, every month, I do a few charity gigs, and this was a particularly enjoyable one because it was a little venue, but it was totally packed. Everyone was fully engaged. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was certainly engaging evening. We obviously had the raffle going on. We had a man opening up for you who did some pretty impressive voices. I mean, ranging from Elmo to the turtle on Finding Nemo. And you even had him up on stage with Kermit the Frog. So it was a really fun night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very good fun. So that was, yes, the son of the organizers is a voice actor, so he opened up for us. And then it was Keith and Mary. They're the ones who contacted me, fed me before the show, and then I performed. And I think they raised something like £2,000.
Yeah, that's a sensational amount of money. Out of interest, what were they feeding you before the show? What did you use to?
Oh, they made like just chicken stew, potatoes, and vegetables. So I came up from London, and then they met me at the Preston station, fed me, I performed, took me back to the station, and I head off.
Sounds like the perfect evening, Daliso. I mean,
Yes,
you've
it
got
was
all the
just
chicken that you need to possibly fuel you through a night of comedy.
exactly. It was wonderful.
Most certainly. So, for people who obviously love your brand of comedy, where can they see you next? Are you going to be in the Preston area anytime soon?
I've just ended a tour, but I've got a special on ITVX, and I've got lots of comedy on BBC iPlayer. So until January next year, it's get me digitally, and then I'll have written my next tour and be touring that.
Well, Daliso, hopefully I'll have to try and make it a hat trick. Come and see you a third time. Enjoy it just as much as the previous two times. I'd like to thank you so much for speaking to me. It's fantastic that you're giving me some time to spread a very positive message. But before I let you go, is there anything that you would like to add, or anybody that you would like to shout out in any way that I perhaps haven't asked you about?
No, everything was perfect. Just donate to Friends of Mulanje Orphans. You can find them online. It's FOMO, and it's a wonderful course, and it was a pleasure to be involved with them.